Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Everyday Faith podcast with Dr. Priscilla Y. Soria, helping you walk out your faith one day at a time. So, I have a huge testimony. I recorded one prayer episode and then entered into this season where we were praying and fasting corporately and individually as a church there at Grace North. And then I kind of went MIA because of that. I prayed and fasted off of social media and off of a good amount of responsibilities where I just stepped away from everything that I was doing, and I focused my attention on seeking God. And so that is why I'm just coming back on. And now, as you may or may not be able to notice, but I am in a different place than all the other previous episodes. That's right. God has brought me to a new place. God has done something wonderful after that moment, those days of seeking God. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about my story, because this is a testimony, a story that points to Jesus. And I want to encourage y'all with this story because God hears our prayers. He's not a distant God. He is not a God who just leaves us alone and just lets us be without depending on Him. But He is a God who wants us to depend on Him, and He wants us to speak to Him. He does see us. He is El Roi, the God who sees. And so I'm in Waxahachie. I was praying to God to direct me in the next season that He had for me. And I graduated last April from Southwestern Assemblies of God. That was the last semester that it was SAGU. Now it has become Nelson University. And I was seeking God's guidance on what He wanted me to do. At the moment, I was happily enjoying getting to help my parents as they took on a new pastoral position at Grace North. They started January of last year. And I was grateful. I had so much fun just getting to serve God, serve my parents, serve the Monte Alto community and all the congregation. I really enjoyed that time. But I sensed that God was calling me and equipping me for something different. So I was throwing out applications. Not that many, but I was applying here and there. And, I had told God my dream. Like, I would love to teach at a university. I would love to be at a university where I just get to equip and encourage students and share God's word, teaching them. And I told God, like, there are all these amazing universities out there, all these schools that teach your word. But if I said, like, I just told God, God, if I could choose, if I had a choice, like, my dream would be to be at the school I went to, where I got the MDiv, which is Masters of Divinity, and the DMin, which is the Doctor of Ministry degree. And it's in Waxahachie, and it's the only AG university in Texas. So I told God, if I had a choice, I would really love to go there and just work there and see what you have for me there. And so I just threw that up in the air. Well, not up in the air, because I gave it to God and I know He listens. I was praying, seeking God, and out of all those applications that I had applied since graduating, no one reached out to me. And that was a bit almost discouraging, but it was tough, but I was trusting in God. And so I did the 21 days of prayer and fasting in January. And I was just asking God to show me what He wanted me to do this next season. one day after the prayer and fasting ended, my former professor, who is now the dean of the graduate school, reached out to me and he said, "Hey, we have this position open. I thought of you. I would love for you to apply." And just to make a long story short, I believe it happened in less than a week where I got all the document stuff in, the interview, and even an apartment as well. Everything was like expedited, and God just put everything in order. And I was offered the position as a graduate admissions counselor with the opportunity to teach when the opportunity arises. I'm just amazed at how God orchestrates everything. And so I just wanted to share that with you all, that God hears our prayers. And now I am in Waxahachie in the university where I studied, the university that I desired to work in, like my dream university, my dream workplace. And I'm simply amazed at what God does. So I wanted to share that with you all because God has answered and He has provided as well.